Hello everybody, my name is Blake. I'm a zookeeper here at Como Park Zoo and Conservatory. So I take care of a lot of the animals here, but one of my specialties is aquatic environments, amphibians, fish, things of that nature. So actually what I'm going to be talking about today is something pretty cool. We actually have two of these on display, are aquatic caecilians. So most people when they see the tank, they look at it and they think it's an eel or they think it's a worm, but it's actually a species of aquatic amphibian. And you'd find this particular species in South America. So you came at a good time. I'm actually just about to do their lunchtime feeding. I feed these guys about once a day, 6 times a week. So these guys are actually pretty interesting. This particular species is from South America. And there are about 120 species worldwide. Here at Como Zoo, we actually have the largest population in the United States in zoos or aquariums with about 55 individual species. Super neat. They actually give birth in 2 different ways. This particular species is viviparous, meaning it's a live bear. So they'll give birth to live offspring with gills. Soon after the caecilian is born, it'll shed its gills and it'll start breathing air. The other way that caecilians will give birth is by egg laying. And typically the egg layers you would find on land. Super interesting fact about these guys actually is they're quite diverse in size. This particular species would probably max out at about 2 feet, but some species can get about 5 feet, with the smallest ranging a couple inches. And the cool thing about having these guys in captivity and breeding is we can actually share these with other institutions, so people from around the country can actually enjoy these unique animals. Another super interesting fact about these guys is they actually have no ear openings. So them living underground and in the water, they're really not using hearing or vision to catch their prey or get away from predators. And they wouldn't hear like you or I would either. They're hearing more vibration than an actual sound. Another cool adaptation these guys actually have is their skull. It's actually a fused skull. So living underground, they're going to have to burrow around like a worm, so they'll actually use their skull kind of like a shovel. And they'll use that to be able to maneuver around to find food underground, like bugs, beetles, stuff of that nature. I guess one of the coolest things I think about with these guys is they actually have tentacles. If you look really closely at their faces, again, with no ear openings or very poor vision, they actually use these tentacles like a catfish would use its barbels to feel around, looking for food and finding different places to nest. So it looks like their feeding is going to kind of wrap up. They actually swallow their food whole. So the way their teeth are formed, they kind of look like giant worms, but if you would kind of picture a shark, they have very serrated needle-like teeth facing inwards towards their body. So when they would catch something like an earthworm or a beetle, it wouldn't be able to get away and they'd easily be able to swallow it. And so with the care with these guys, it's kind of like taking care of a fish tank, to be honest with you. I check water parameters once a week. I'll do water changes a couple times a week. Monitor for birth, stuff like that. So it kind of looks like the feeding's coming to an end. I guess I hope you enjoyed my talk on caecilians. I hope you guys can come visit Como Zoo sometime soon.